much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins, emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away, and we are underway from Miami. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he stopped immediately there. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And he'll give it here to his running back across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Not a productive opening drive, 3 and out, and more struggles for a team really that hasn't won a game in a long time.
It can be really discouraging for everyone else on the team, especially the guys on the other side of the ball that have to trot out there and see a little more futility in this losing streak. So I know coaches who look at these situations and say to themselves, let's be aggressive. Let's go for it right here and try and turn our fortune around.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 40. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Off the play fake, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right. Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Jackson on first down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, it's just been an aerial attack all the way downfield, and they're putting it to the defense in a big way right now. What do you think, partner? Do you now run the football? Because they're in a pretty good spot already at the outer edges of a field goal.
But, like you always tell me, you're still far enough away from the end zone that a pass could be a good option here, too.
You know, we always talk about running the ball until people take it away from you. I don't see any reason to stop throwing it until they take it away from you as well.
Well, the early returns here on the opening drive, though, solid. And that's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Man open left side is Brown. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Dolphins 0.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Hands it off out of the gun, and he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now it's Jackson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jason McCourty, a safety blitz and a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A handoff as they run the counter play. Oh, good move. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And to give this time to the tailback. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. He hits Adams complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Davante Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, nice move. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
What we got? Check 99.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the boots right now, The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Hey. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, fighting off the defender. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for the Dolphins.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Mike 6. Not today, you won't. Not today. Check back. Mike 6. Mike 6. Mike 6. Hey, check back. Mike 6. Go.
Tua, a final shot before half. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 41, Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action. Now Jackson. Being chased out left. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 22-yard scamper. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Pushing through the contact. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here we go on fourth down. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 48-yard line. That's the end.
Back now in Miami. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 33.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Hands it off out of the gun. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now Tua. Steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Justin Madubuike drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Finding some room at midfield. They juked him, shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And down to the 29-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 24-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. This will be caught by Brown. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you've probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right,
He's got a man, complete. Hard running at the 15, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is down to 24. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the 4th quarter. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Second and 10.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Flushed out right. First down and more for Jackson. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Looking deep for Adams. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Second down at 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
All day, every day, any day. Check, 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 check.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though.